I am joined now by Dr. Bert Conings and Dr. Yunlong Z. Thank you both for joining me, and congratulations on being recognized for your work. Dr. Lee, starting with you, how important are awards like this to researchers in the early stages of their career?
Well, I would say very, very important. I would like to share a little bit of my story. Like 4 years ago, I missed the graduate award of MS. And so since that, I began my postdoc research. I'm thinking, well, I need to get something before I can be a faculty. And today I get it. And I also told because I'm looking for faculty positions, and told the research committees, okay, I get the postdoc award. And immediately after I seen the news, so they are saying, wow, you get more chance.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So I think the more important thing is it can encourage people to continue research and making your research better and to a upper level.
Dr. Conings, your award citation notes innovative work in what you do. Tell us about your field of research.
So I'm into perovskite solar cells, and perovskite solar cells are a fairly new photovoltaic technology. About 5 years ago it started to become popular, and well, it could be better than existing technology such as silicon in several ways. Silicon has been around for a long time, and it's hard to make even more incremental improvements. So that's where perovskite could help out, because they are a crystalline structure where several elements and atoms and molecules can be inserted, and the properties of the perovskites as such can be changed a lot, such that you can make solar cells that harvest more light, even more than silicon. But perovskite can also be an ally to silicon as well. So they can be used together, and existing and new technology can somehow work together seamlessly. Of course, with the introduction of a new technology, there are always some number of challenges that have to be overcome, and I've been active in a number of them. Just a few of my favorite examples, for example, are the fact that the synthesis of the perovskite in a thin film is something that doesn't work very well in all labs in the same way. There seem to be tiny details that are different. So I developed a process that allows to deposit the thin films of several types of perovskite with different components, all in the same way, and still get very good results without any additional tweaking. That's one point. Another thing is that I was involved in assessing how stable these perovskites are under mild heating, and that means like 85 degrees operating temperature on the rooftop. And it seemed that the archetypical perovskite that was there in the beginning is not stable at that temperature. So from that, we recommended, we were not the only ones in that, other people also recommended that we should look for other cations in this matrix, and that has happened, and indeed perovskites are becoming more stable right now.
It's fascinating. Congratulations. Dr. Lee, your work centers on mechanical energy harvesting systems. Tell me more about that work.
Well, this is quite a new field. It's not like solar cell, people have studied a lot. And we have plenty of reasons for doing that. For example, the mechanical energy, especially the low frequency mechanical energy, like body motion, like water waves like this. So previously, it is really, really difficult to do that. But we have a new technology called triboelectric nanogenerators, and using the triboelectric effect to make the static charge and doing the static induction. And anyway, we can make the high efficiency mechanical energy harvesting possible, right? And the mechanical energy is a little bit different, like solar energy. Solar energy is only usable in daylight, but we can possibly do in any environment, possibly, and any kinds of mechanical energy. And of course, the power of solar cell is high, but we are making from nothing, because previously we did nothing about the mechanical energy, but we can do something. And another reason why I'm focusing on it is because it is possible to make a very high voltage, and it is extremely useful for high voltage applications. And previously people need to make a lot of transformers, circuits, and make it very high voltage for these applications. But now we don't need that. We just a simple device.
Well, your awards aren't for work that you did together, that you performed together, but you're both working on solving some of the energy issues that we do face today. How important is interdisciplinary approaches to solving issues like clean and sustainable energy?
I think very important these days. No scientific problem can be solved by just one physicist or one chemist. Specifically for my field, the synthesis of the material, there you require some chemical knowledge. Sometimes I don't have it, and I find out only later. Oh, I should have done it that way, but I don't know. So better if I could have discussed with a chemist at that point. Also, I'm not a theoretical physicist, but I can learn a lot from someone who is into the theory, who can calculate and predict some of the properties of the materials that I synthesize. So I think that way, with the interdisciplinary character, we can move much faster.
Well, I know you talked earlier about some of the challenges. What about you, Dr. Lee? What are some of the obstacles that you still face in your field?
Well, I think for a lot of different applications, they have different requirement of power. I mean, not only the power amount, but also in form of, for example, what kind of voltage, the AC or DC, or what kind of frequency is the widest of the peak. So something like that. So I think the difficulty thing is we want to adapt our device for different kinds of applications. So we can do it in different designs, or we can combine with electrical engineering, do some kind of circuits to do that. So I would say that would be a long time research to do that.
Well, congratulations on your awards, gentlemen. Thank you so much for sharing your information with us. We appreciate it.
Our pleasure.